Hello, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the top teams for the Open Ultra League. Ultra League going to be available for 1 week together with the Fossil Cup. For the Fossil Cup, we already made a video about yesterday towards that meta, so feel free to check that video out. And also, if you enjoy this type of content, would really appreciate it if you would leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It is both free and it would help out quite a bit. And so we can move on to the first team. We are not going to take a look at the meta because we already made a video about the Ultra League and the meta has not changed at all. And so let's take a look here at team number 1. Which is going to be a team that is still there as well, a legend team with that Tapu Fini. Nature's Madness Tapu Fini is one of the best Pokemon right now to play in this meta. One of the big reasons as well for this one is that Poliwrath is one of the most dominant Pokemon together with the Annihilate, so like a lot of counter users, and Tapu Fini can resist that and also has Nature's Madness to hit back with super effective moves. For Poliwrath especially, every single move that this Pokemon can learn is going to be resisted onto Tapu Fini, and that's going to be quite a good matchup for you. Otherwise, we have some nice bulk here with Drapion and the Giratina. Also, what I kind of want to know, what do you think about Ultra League in general? For me, this is my least favorite league, and that's also why I put in some of the teams that other people are running here, because honestly, I only really play this league nowadays to showcase different kind of fun new Pokemon that got released, but like I am barely playing it to just play with like top teams. I might change this for this week because again, Fossil Cup is not going to be the most best meta anyway, but so maybe I want to take a look a bit more into the Ultra League. But for me, Ultra League is not a fun league at all, but yeah, maybe it's going to be different for you. Let me know in the comment section. Team number 2, you're going to have here a team that is also going to be a legend team again with the Registeel. Registeel being the bulkiest Pokemon kind of that you can run here together, I guess, with the Zygarde complete form, which you don't have a team with because most people don't have this Pokemon. It is a very strong Pokemon. You can run it as well in like a different team, which you're going to talk about as well a little bit later on. But yeah, there's going to be a double water liner with the Registeel in the lead. Registeel being weak to fire, I guess double water does make some sense, especially if you kind of want to avoid matchups against Pokemon like that Talonflame. Talonflame, very strong Pokemon in the Ultra League, allowing you to beat something like a Registeel with that Flame Charge. Going to be quite a decent pick to go for, as well as the Fly. Fly on Talonflame definitely was an update that I don't think we really needed, but yeah, definitely makes this Pokemon way better. Feraligatr here, again, one of the best save swaps for this meta. A little bit tricky against Poliwrath because Poliwrath is going to be able to beat this one quite a bit, but yeah, still interesting one here. What you can do is you can go ahead and go for like a Focus Blast or Zapkin with your Registeel against the lead of a Poliwrath and then swap out with the Feraligatr basically being able to soak up all the energy of Poliwrath. Team number 3 is going to be the second to last team that is still here, going to be a triple Shadow line with the Shadow Alolan Sandslash as well as the Shadow Charizard as well as the Shadow variant of Dragonite. This is a team that I really want to copy, to be fair. I think this is going to be a fun team to run. It is a little bit tricky against something like a Feraligatr in the lead, I would imagine. Anything else is kind of okay for you. It can be a bit weak against Tapu Fini, I would say as well here, because Tapu Fini is going to be a Pokemon that is still going to be having a great matchup against the Sandslash and 2-shield scenario just because of the water gun damage that's going to add up. But anything else, actually this team going to look like a lot of fun, and I kind of really want to play this team, so maybe I'm going to make a video about it, who knows, we will see. But let's move on to team number 4. Team number 4 going to be a team that I actually showcased as well on the channel. It's going to be from the World Champion. It's X, and here we're going to have Annihilate, Feraligatr, as well as the Drapion. I think Drapion had Sludge Bomb. Might be wrong with it, but I think it had Sludge Bomb. Very solid team though for sure. Got them to Veteran as one of the first players in the world for this season. So this was still from the season as well. Of course, I don't know if it's still going to be functional this time around, but again, the meta has not changed in theory. Like, there's no new Pokemon, no new community today that really changed the meta up. Maybe Goodra a little bit, but like, we're gonna have to take a look at Goodra now anyway soon. Actually, did not know that it was the next team, but it is kind of fine. We're going to have the next team being one of the most classic lines. Like, this is the thing as well. You can use different leads as well. If you have a XL Skarmory build, 100% go for XL Skarmory in the lead. If you have, I don't know, like a Zygarde complete form build, a Como build, any kind of Dragon type Pokemon in the back, instead of Dragonite, you can go for that. Goodra save swap is kind of nice, kind of unique. You can go for maybe even a Kingdra or something, but yeah, usually Goodra is kind of unique in this kind of spot just because of the coverage it has. You can go for Thunder Punch, you can go for Power Whip. Both of them are going to be options that are viable, but like, decide for yourself. Very solid lineup though. Shadow Empoleon is definitely better than the normal Empoleon in my opinion. I feel like it's definitely a big difference, but yeah, this team looks like a lot of fun. It's very good. Definitely also a little bit more of a predictable team though, so definitely be aware of that. Team number 6, we're going to have a team here that is going to be more based around the Scrafty / the Obstagoon in the back. Scrafty now having access to Thunder Punch is going to be another team as well later with Scrafty that I played on my channel as well, which worked out super well for me, so you're gonna see that later on. There's also, of course, content already on my channel for this one. But we're going to have Tentacruel Scrafty core. Basically, I want to have something with Scrafty that should work well, and Tentacruel is one of the best options for it. We have the Say-Swap of either Greedent, which is going to be able to bait out Fang-type Pokemon, or the Annihilate to bait out any kind of Pokemon that can counter users. So yeah, both of them are going to work out quite well. I feel like Annihilate is going to be the better one to go for, but at the end of the day, you can decide for your own. Annihilate is going to be a little bit more of a safer one. And honestly, I have to say it here right now as well, with looking at the Ultra League, with looking at the Great League as well, I really feel like Counter deserves a nerf at this point. I feel like there is quite a good play for Counter getting nerfed. Like, the amount of super solid Counter Pokemon is absolutely ridiculous. So maybe it's going to be something for the upcoming season, who knows, but they're definitely something that I kind of realized while looking into this meta. Here we're going to have no counter users, but we're going to have the Virizion, and honestly, I made a video recently about the new Community Day Pokemon Electros, I think it's called, with the new move Volt Switch on it, and I had the team of the Virizion lead and the Auroras in the back, and I went way positive, and like that's not something that's supposed to be happening if you're playing something like an Electros, which is absolutely not meta. I just put it in here because I played it before and it went positive, so like, what can I say? There's a video on my channel about it, so definitely check it out. But what I can say for sure about this team is that the core of Virizion and Auroras, or also the Trevenant Auroras, is insanely good. Like, it's really, really good in the current meta. I would really recommend you to try it out. Having the Say-Swap of an electric type going to allow you to bait out potentially ground type Pokemon. And here, both of the Say-Swaps here that we have, Empress plus the Electros, have coverage for ground type Pokemon. Electros with the Liquidation, and of course the Empress with that Trailblazer. Both of them going to basically do the same. And baiting out the ground type Pokemon, going to help out other Pokemon in the back. Both of our Pokemon in the back are usually weak to those, with the Auroras as well as the Typhlosion. They are both of them going to work out quite well as a close-up. For me, Auroras is one of my favorite Pokemon in the Ultra League. By far, I guess, my favorite Pokemon in the Ultra League. For me, that's such a fun Pokemon to play. It doesn't even look that good on paper, but honestly, it plays so well, especially with some energy lead. Team number 8 is going to be basically one of those basic lines that you can run. We have a Steel in the lead. We're going to have a Pokemon that's weak to Fairy type Pokemon with the Annihilate. And we're going to have a Pokemon in the back that's also weak to Fairy type Pokemon with Giratina. Quite classic. Like, literally, like, this is like the standard meta team. I don't really have to talk too much about it. It's like literally box standard meta team. If you have all Pokemon for you available, this might be one of that you can run. You can use, again, Zygarde complete form on the back as well. Cresselia, totally fine as well. It depends on really what you want to run, but like, I don't really have to talk too much about it. It's just like the classic meta line. Kinda classic meta line here as well. We're going to have the Pidgeot Double Fighter. That is also kind of some classic one here. We're going to have Counter in 2 variations here, and this is also something I said before as well. I feel like Counter actually really deserves a nerf at this point. Pidgeot looks great on paper. It is quite good, but it's like not as good as it shows here. Like, you literally lose 2 matchups on what it shows here for you, but it is not as good as it looks. It is still a very solid Pokemon though, and so definitely something that you can run. There are other options in the back as well for fighter. You can use Surf Edge, you can use Hitmontop, you can use kinda any kind of fighting type Pokemon that you want in the back. It does not have to be Annihilate or Poliwrath. But Annihilate is kind of more needed, I feel like, than Poliwrath as well, because, I don't know, like, Annihilate has some certain matchups that are just, because of the ghost typing, a little bit better for it, but yeah, that is what it is. Let's move on to team number 10. Final team for today is going to be one of my favorite teams that I played so far for this season. I have not played too much, and this is actually a team that I didn't even play in this kind of meta. I played in the Premier Cup meta, which I think still this team should work out super well here. We're going to have the Skeledirge, we have the Feraligatr, and we have this Scrafty in the back. Basically, Scrafty and Feraligatr work super well together in the back, and of course, Skeledirge going to be able to beat those Fairy type Pokemon, which is really important for Scrafty. Also having the coverage, basically like the type coverage for like the fighting type Pokemon, while having the disarming voice plus resisting counter is really important. So this team honestly worked out so well when I played it so far in the season. But that's also going to be it for this video. I don't need to do it too long. Honestly, Ultra League battles are already too long. So yeah, hopefully you still enjoyed this one. I see you later for some content for the new Fossil Cup, and I see you then.